Okay, Friday morning, new purchase. Don't know if you can see that. A Garmin Forerunner 955. Previously, I had a lower end watch, a Forerunner 55, and I saw that at a very reasonable price. I got it second hand, much less than half of a new price, and I couldn't resist it. I had a long-term curiosity about these things. You know, got all sorts of data on there that basically it's going to regiment my life for me. So apparently on this one now you can use it for strength workouts, so I'm going to give it a go. So no more timers and pen and paper. It's all going to be done digitally. See how it works. Probably going to have teething problems, but we'll see. So what I've got in store today, so it's a brief warm-up, which I'm going to film the whole lot. So a brief warm-up, so a minute of skipping. I believe there's a few lunges and kettlebell swings, so just one set. And probably I think there's a plank at the end of it. And then I get into the main body of it. So the main body is another circuit idea. So this time there's going to be 4 elements: chins and dips, sandbag squats, and incline bench press. So all the old favourites. So what I'm hoping to do is to get 10 rounds. So that's 40 sets, which is yeah, I mean that's asking a lot. But I am going to cap the things off. So for example, all the pull-ups will be sort of like sets of 5. The incline bench will be, I think, sets of 5 with 50 kilos. The dips are something like sets of 8 or something like that. The sandbag squat, sets of 6. So the initial few rounds will probably be not absolutely all out, but I do believe that by the time I get to the end, I'll not be able to hit those targets. So it should be testing. Okay, let's get it done. Let's do some bit of skipping, etc. It's a brief warm-up, as I say. So first time with the Garmin 955. Okay, that's the thing. That's it. Okay, see how this goes. So I'll probably mess it up a few times before I get it right, but it's all a learning curve for the future. And I say, hopefully, it's going to give me sort of like precise indications of how I should proceed. It tells you all sorts of things as regards, your training readiness, how recovered you are, etc. Very precisely by the looks of it. Okay, let's see what happens here. I think I pressed this one first. Jump rope. Starting. Yep. So this is only a warm-up, so it doesn't matter if I mess it up. Oh, it does beat. So I thought, not sure what you got to do. So I said this is only warm up, so this is me learning how to use the watch. So it looks like I've got to start the set myself. Maybe not. Okay, so that's 20 lunges. I'm not really seeing that it's giving me any sort of like rest period. So I thought it would give me a set rest period. But not to worry. I can see the heart rate, 116. So that's, so I'll just do a few swings, 20 I think. Okay, so that's 20 swings. I've still got a nice heart rate of 140. Okay, so next up is a plank. So it looks like in the future I'm going to have to set some rest periods on it. I'm not doing it today. As I say, it's only a warm up, so it doesn't really matter too much although I'm moving around a bit. Okay, that's a plank beeping for me. Yeah. So I've actually put in a rest period there after the warm up. It's giving me a set period of rest. So maybe I need to do more of the... So when I create these workouts, I need to include rest periods, I think. But then again, maybe I'm better off without a set rest period and just do it as I feel. That might be a better way, in fact. Because obviously, as you work through this thing, as you work through this circuit, you become ever more fatigued. So having a set rest period might not be great. Okay, so it says next, pull up, five reps. You might think 5 reps, that's not much of a pull up, but believe you me, get a few sets down, and if you're going at a fair clip, this is going to be hard work. So let's have a look at this. That'll probably work. Sandbag, I'm going to stand in it in a minute. Okay, so 5 reps pull up. Yep. Okay, since the first time round I am going to write all this stuff down, but I think eventually, you know, I will completely ditch the paper. But while I don't know what I'm doing. So next, incline bench. So yeah, I've got no set rest period. So I'm just going to do it by feel. Probably next time I will set a rest period. So this is a 50 kilos, which is, yeah, it's not heavy, but because I'm doing this in a sort of like in a circuit fashion, it will get heavy. Yeah, so sets of 5. Okay. Okay. Sandbag squat, 6 reps. So it actually records the reps and everything. Can lower that down a little bit. Okay, should get 6 on this. Nice. Yeah, that puts the heart rate up. Okay, final element. Dips. So I'll wait for my heart to settle down. A little bit. Okay, so this is 8 reps. Okay, so, you know, especially as I'm doing dips and incline bench, but I'm not going to get 10 sets of 8. Okay, so we're back to pull up. Five reps. Yep. So it records. It says 5 out of 5, 2 sets out of 10. It's a complete no-brainer, really. You know, you can't go wrong. You have to press the button, or else you can't move on. Okay, so this is 5. Amazing how it picks up how many reps you've done. Still pretty easy. So the thing being with all of this is that, you know, by including your strength work on the watch, it can tell you precisely, you know, how fatigued you are, you know, how much you should push yourself. You know, are you in a good state to train again? Do you need a day off? You know, do you need a deload? You know, all sorts of, you know, it will work out. You know, basically it will tell you how to train, taking everything into account. So it's, you know, there's no guesswork involved. Okay, so 6 reps. Now obviously this particular session would have been more accurate if between every set I'd have set a rest period. So usually I do them at EMOM style. So I could have set a, I don't know, a 50-second rest period or something like that. Okay, 6. Yep. That's it. You know, these new, I think the best I've seen on Amazon is about 350 quid new, but usually go for about £400. You know, so you're looking at, you know, if you work in dollars, you know, a $500 watch, you know, it can sense a lot. So, you know, it can tell me that I've done 6 reps on that. Okay, so The idea is 8 reps. Yep. As I say, not bad for a couple of rounds, but eventually it'll get on the top side of me. Okay, 2 rounds done. So if you didn't understand what I was saying previously, if any of this is new to you, basically you create the workout beforehand on the now do it on an iPad. So you do it on an app, on an iPad, create the workout beforehand, send it to the watch, and the watch takes you through it. As I say, this is not entirely precise because I neglected the rest periods between sets, so I'm just playing it by ear. But now that I know that, I can set rest periods. Okay, just another set of 5 should be easy enough. It'll start getting hard when I get to the latter end of it. It'll pass the halfway mark. Okay. Five. Not bad. And eventually I'll scrap the pen and paper. The whole thing will be digital. Okay, squats, these are quite hard. So 6 reps. Nice pause on that one at the end. Yep. So take those squats down as far as they'll naturally go. So I'm not cutting them off or anything. And sometimes I do deliberately put in a pause just to make sure that I'm sitting at the depth, and I also am. If you pause, you're not making any effort to get up, you're going to sink down as low as you'll naturally go. Okay, what's this, 8? Go for it. Okay, those are getting tough now. That's 3 circuits. Got sweat on. Get 5 again, this should go not too bad. Okay. I missed the beeper, didn't I? I just did it without beeping it. Not to worry. There's nothing wrong with the watch, it's me. I did that one without pressing it. Not to worry. Okay, 5 reps of this. Yeah, apparently you can correct your mistakes when you load it up onto the app. But I expected teething problems, and that was completely my fault, not the watch. Should have just pressed the button. So, what's next? Squat, 6 reps. Now the novelty of the watch is started to wear off, and the workout's getting hard. Go on, let's get 6. Do the exercise, press the button. That's all you gotta do. And I still messed it up. Okay. So heart rate is very high, 145 still. So let's settle a little bit. Okay, getting down to 120, about 120. Okay. Oh, well, I felt something really weird in my shoulder there. We'll carry on anyway. Yeah, it wasn't painful. It was just like I don't know how to describe it. But obviously, if in doubt, stop. But yeah, it felt alright. First time I've ever felt anything like that. Just seemed to, you know, I've had it often in the knees. You know, sort of like out of the blue, sort of like your knee suddenly sort of like as if it was going to collapse. It never does, but I'm almost wary with dips. I think they're definitely a problematic exercise. So I've never been beyond sort of like about 30 kilos in body on, you know, on a belt, and I don't really trust them. But body weight should be all right. Okay. Pull-ups, 5 reps. Press the button this time. Should get 5, I think. Okay. So, halfway point on the pull-ups. So obviously, you know, I'm getting plenty of rest between sets of pull-ups, but 10 sets of 5 and a pull-up would be pretty good for me. Incline bench. Okay, so I worked out that if you move the screen along, it shows you a rest period. And you can look at that if you want to. So now 24, 25. No, I pressed it. Five reps. Okay. but I got a bloody notification on my watch that a parcel's arrived. Press the button and mess that up. Live and learn. Okay, so 6 reps, hopefully. Yep. Okay, so set of dips and I'm halfway. Let's get in. Starting to get on top of me, which is good. Don't want it to be easy. Okay, let's see if I can do this without destroying my shoulder. Okay, 6. So that's the first failure. So dips have now gone down. I'm gonna no, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm doing my pull-ups. This should be alright for another set of 5, I think. So yeah, I mean, how hard can it be? Do your exercise, press the button. I messed it up twice so far. Yeah. I remember black and white telly. Never mind working out to a watch. Come on, she'll pay off in the long run. Get some better results, hopefully. Feel a bit better. Okay, let's get 5, come on. Okay, high 5. So we're on the second half. I've started to boil up. I've not brought any water. I think I'm going to have to nip and get some water at some point. Okay, let's get 5 reps on this. Okay, come on, let's do it. Okay, quite hard. but yeah, and we'll get a glass of water. Back in a second. Hardly any time at all. Sorry about that. Absolutely parched. I always try and water, it just felt so odd not having water. So, I did the incline bench. I need to do the squats. I've had a nice rest, I should get another 6. Nice pause. It's the button, don't forget. So last time I only got 6. So squats will really shoot the heart rate up. So it's in 144. Let's settle a little bit. Give myself a chance on these dips. Hard enough already. $132. Let's get down to 120. Give a second. 23, 22. Okay, that'll do. Press the button. Yes, we'll get there. So that's 6 sets of each. Do some pull-ups. That's it, 4. Okay. So as predicted, start to beat me now. But that shows you it's hard enough. You don't want to go all the way through hitting every target. Just too easy. A bit of chalk, left chalk. A tiny scrap in here. Okay. So, yep. Let's get 5 on this, I think. Just getting hard. I'm going to say that the heart rate is a bit more responsive on this than it was on the previous Garmin. I noticed in the previous Garmin there was a lot of lag. Maybe it's just a one-off circumstance, but it seems to be very, very quickly responsive. I'll see it better when I go for a jog. Okay, so 6 reps. Squatting's never easy, no matter how you do it. Nice and deep. Press the button. So as usual, after the squats the heart rate goes flying up. So wait till it gets to about 120. .120 for me is sort of like a good jogging pace. Okay, let's do it. So last time we got 6. See if we can still get 6, might be 5, we'll see. Five. And 5 was in doubt. Okay, 7. So 3 circuits to go. So this circuit idea, especially if you cap your reps at the beginning. So when I say cap my reps, it means that I'm not going to go past a certain amount of reps. So even though it feels easy at the beginning, like for example, kicking off with 5 pull-ups, you know, that was really easy. But as you work through it, then that cap becomes ever more difficult to achieve, and finally you can't achieve it, and then you're going under the cap, and that's a successful outcome. That's what you want it to be. That means you've set it at a good level. As I say, you don't want to make it so you can't get the reps from the beginning or near the beginning, and you don't want to make it so you can get the reps near the end or at the end. So last time on these pull-ups I got 4. I need another 4 to be level. But no doubt before I get to the end it'll go down to 3, I imagine. Okay, 4 hopefully. If I pressed it. Oh heck, I've not pressed it, but I remember now. Don't know why I can't just do the exercise and press the button. I go right on a big piece of paper. Do the exercise, press the button. Idiot. Okay, 4 still there. Not bad. So this incline bench, I've not broken the original set of 5 yet, so I'm still hitting the cap. But I remember when I was doing, probably last winter time, I was doing a program called Dry Fighting Weight, you know, and it consists of kettlebell clean and press and kettlebell squat. You just alternate between squat, press, squat, press, squat, press, and you do it for about 30 minutes. So I did it on an EMOM timer, and there was many a time during that, because of how fatiguing it is, because of how, you know, how it absolutely drains you. You know, I could not remember what's coming. What did I just do? Did I do squats? Did I do clean and press? What's next? How many reps did I get? You know, amazing how the mind just clouds up. Well, basically shuts down, I think. Yeah, you're going into survival mode, I believe. Yeah, your body. I suppose your body doesn't know that, you know, all this heavy lifting, it's all self-inflicted. It's all a game, really. It's just you know, it's a bit of fun in one regard. It has a serious intent, you know, to get seriously fit and healthy. But you know, in many ways, you know, in my mind, it's no threat at all, hardly. But I suppose your body is reacting as if it was a massive threat. You know, you probably thinks you're being attacked by wild animals or something. You know, it must be a level of effort that is hardly ever encountered in nature, I would imagine. I mean, you might run away for a minute. You know, you might have a brief episode of lifting something for a minute, but you know, sustained heavy lifting, I imagine it rarely occurs in nature. So your body must really think that you're in some real predicament, and I think that's why you can't really think through. Just go into sort of like survival, fight it off mode. Okay, 5 reps, hopefully. Oh, okay. Yeah, I intentionally gave myself a good rest for that one. But, don't know how many more of those will be. Press the button. Okay, horrible squatting next. Yeah, 10 sets of squats gets old quick. It's not bad doing 10 sets of pull-ups and 10 sets of incline, but the squats, that's a lot of squats. However, come on then. Get the 6. Nice pause at the end. 150. Press the button. Wait till I get to about 120. So last time I only got 5 on dips. Come on then. 129. Got right. Come on, 5. All hard. All hard now. Press the button. I'm going to have to put it all around the gym. Press the button, press the button, press the bloody button. So it's just a case of getting into a habit. And I say, it should all pay off in the end, you know, all this messing around should all pay off, because tomorrow it should give me a better indication of what I should do as regards, well, tomorrow's going to be cardio, so it'll be a running day tomorrow. So I'm just alternating, you know, weights and cardio. And of the weights, I'm prioritising the sandbag and the kettlebell clean and press, but you know, obviously I've not done the clean and press today. But I did remember that when I was, you know, the previous block, you know, I prioritised clean and press and incline bench. So I do want to give the incline bench a good hit as well. I don't want to lose that, you know. But this thing about the incline bench, it took me ages to get a setup. And I ended up buying that bench. It's a fantastic bench. It's a beautiful bench. I'm determined to use it a lot. But, definitely a sandbag. Probably do a sandbag squat every time I train. I think that'll be a constant. So last time I did sandbag squat, I did it with the big sandbag. I only got a few singles and a double. So today's a bit lighter, but at least once a week I'll do the big sandbag, the heavy sandbag squat. Okay, so pull-ups. So I'm down to 4 reps on this pull-up. Okay, 4 held. So, one more set of pull-ups to do, and I've finished him. Yeah, it's quite a hefty workout, really. In some ways, I mean, it's not particularly heavy, but there's a lot of sets to it. You know, 40 sets on these. You know, they're not easy moves, really. You know, they're all sort of like middle tier moves, aren't they? Incline bench, dips, pull-ups. I'd classify those as middle tier. They're not the same as like lateral raises and barbell curls, etc. You know, they're not like calf raises and stuff like that. That's all minimum. I mean, they're not easy, but they don't take a lot out of you. But these moves take, you know, they do take a chunk of you. You know, and the sandbag squat is pretty difficult. I say, yeah, it flies the heart rate. I mean, you could probably do, you know, calf raises. You could probably do 20 reps, and your heart rate will probably stick at about 120s. I don't know. I've not tried it, but not really looked at a heart rate monitor doing calf raises. No point. But when you're doing these, next incline bench press. So that's this one is pressing. So when you're doing these harder moves, you know, you do get quite a bit of a heart rate, and that's showing you that it's impacting on your recovery, etc. So it's quite a hard workout, really, to do 40 sets of it. And the mitigating factor is that, you know, I'm not resting massively between sets. I'm not doing sort of like 3-5 minute rest periods like strength training. Still relatively fast. I'm not pushing it very much today, but next time I'm going to set a rest timer. So today I'm being quite gentle on that front. Okay, can I get 5 again? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, in one way, it all balances itself out, because let's say I'm dilly-dallying. Let's say I'm taking a long rest period. Well, it simply means you're going to get more reps. You know, so if you take it easy on one side of the equation, longer rest period, you make it harder on the other side of the equation, more reps. And similarly, if you do a short rest period, which is hard, you're going to get fewer reps. So it evens out, really. So there's not an easy way to do it. You know, just because I'm sort of like taking my time over the rest between sets, it's not making it easier, really. It's just allowing me to do more reps. So it's skewing it a little bit more towards strength. So if I did a really fast-paced workout, it'd be more skewed towards the cardio or the strength endurance. You know, each set would be lower quality. But obviously, the overall effect would be greater density. You get more work done in a shorter period of time. So it simply swings and roundabouts. Okay, so what have I got here? Squat. Oh, now squat is now becoming the hard one, for sure. And it's not that I can't get the reps, it's simply the hard effort, whatever So this is set 9. I mean, that's a lot of squats in there. Yeah, no matter how pathetic the squat is, 10 sets of them is not going to be easy. Come on then, nice pause at the end. Yeah, press the button. So the squats, by the looks of it, next time we'll have to go for sets of 7, or put more sand in. I think I can get a bit more sand in here. Pack it in a bit more. Okay, so dips 5 last time. Yeah, this training method, this circuit method, it's a very mental thing. You know, it's you have to have an inner conversation to me, keep going, because you know, it's not like when you do a few reps and you sort of like rip the plaster off. You know, there's no rip the plaster off moment. It's simply keeping going. Okay, let's do it. Oh, gone. 3. I thought my shoulder just would not move. Okay, it's all good though, it's all good. So I'm on the last circuit. This is it. This is the end, my friend. So even if I'm taking relatively long breaks, it's still very difficult because I simply, you know, I'm basically going to failure. Actually, I'm not hit failure on the incline bench or the squats, so thinking about it. So, but yeah, these pull-ups and dips are definitely, you know, they all feel like failure. Very close anyway, not far off at all. Okay, let's get 4 reps on this, hopefully. Three, again, another 3. That's it though, pull-up's finished. Come back another day. Closing in on the end now, end game coming up. Game over. Yeah, tough one at the end. Okay, so can I get 5? 4 will be okay, but 5 is ideal. I think the last set of 5 was very difficult. Just got it. So, last set of squats. So yeah, it's good to do the hard stuff for sure. But how hard? 10 sets of squats is a lot of sets of squats. You know, might not look heavy, or it might not look like it's hard, you know, but the heart rate is telling a different story. I'm getting, you know, I'm spiking into the 150s. So it's a bit like doing 10 sprints. Well, short sprints, but come on then, let's get it done. Finish it, last set of squats. So at some point later on today, probably 3 or 4 hours from now, I'm going to do a bit of gripper work. I won't record it or anything. But, I usually do a PM session on these weight training days. Do a PM session, just a bit of gripper work. Yeah? And when I do cardio, immediately after a run, I do 5 sets of calf raises. You know, on the machine, quite heavy. And they're hard as well. You know, your legs just struggling. But, I like to keep up the little things. Come on then, 6 reps. Well, yep. Good pause at the end. Yes. Done. Okay, so all there's left to do now, so to finish it all off, dips. And I do believe, if I remember correctly, I did enter something as a cool down. 1 set of pull aparts. It's good to do pull aparts. Yeah. Especially if you're doing a lot of pressing work. Very often during the day, especially if I've got a prolonged period of sitting, I'll get up and I'll do a few pull aparts. Do about 20 reps or so. So I might do that 3 or 4 times a day, and I think that that helps to counter the sedentary periods, and probably do 3 or 4 3 or 4 of those pull aparts. Do some calf raises. So I tend to get sore calves from jogging. So I do a few, you know, it's bodyweight calf raises. It's not to get strong or anything. It's just to get a bit, pump a bit of blood through. Hopefully help the recovery. And what else do I do? Can't remember. Oh, I'll often do you know, random times in the day. Just get a little 16 kilo kettlebell and do 20 swings. So, you know, theory being it's preventing, you know, the problems that come from sitting around a lot, and also helping, you know, actively helping recovery. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a better strategy is just go for a walk. But sometimes the weather's not so great. But I've been usually, you know, because I've been doing so much cardio recently, my walking's gone down a bit. But I always go for a fairly long walk about 7 o'clock at night, you know, dog walking. Okay, this is it. So I only got 3 last time. So this is a long rest. See if I can get 3. Oh, 3, that's it. Yep. Next, banded pull aparts. So, what comes next is simply a little bit of, I suppose it's restoration mobility, I suppose. I don't know what you want to call it. So this is it, 1 set. You know, rested I can get about 15. In this state, you know, tired out, probably about 10. Eleven. 12. Yeah. Good stuff though. Okay, done and dusted. Workout complete. Okay, so yeah. Let's save it. Stop workout. Total calories 508. I don't know how it works that out, but that's what it says. Save. So according to Garmin, 508 calories there. So it knows all my stats. It knows, you know, my age, height, weight, heart rate, and resting heart rate. Yeah, probably knows more about me than my wife. So it's telling me on the back of that 508 calories on that session. So don't worry, I'm going to put them all back in. Okay, so oh, I'm sweating. So I feel very drained now. You usually find that when you're drained, you know, you don't look so good. You know, you go flabbier. You know, you don't fill out as much. But that's the reality of it at this moment in time. Okay, stop there. Finish. Done. Come back and fight another day.